And with that, there's a lot of business to the show business side of it.
Right.
You are in all three unions, the Screen Actors Guild, AFTRA, and Actors Equity.
Mm-hmm.
How tough is it to get in these?
It is tough when you're first starting out. In order to qualify for union membership, you have to be hired on a union project, which means that there was no other union actor who was right for the role or who was as good as you or who was available at the time, so they went with you. So you have to get over that first hurdle of actually being hired on a union project. It's kind of like getting credit. You know, you have to have good credit to get credit. And so getting a union membership is a big deal for actors, especially in the major markets like New York or LA, where you have to be a member of the union to work. In this area, in right-to-work states, it's not as necessary. But it is kind of it's a badge of honor, I guess, for an actor to get his equity card and then to get his SAG card and AFTRA, etc. I got my equity card first working in stage. And then when I got to New York, I had to join AFTRA because I was doing soaps. And from there, I joined SAG because I was doing principal work under SAG contracts, too. So, yeah, I joined, and I pay them lots of money every year in dues. And I enjoy being a union member. There is that sort of cachet to saying, yes, I'm a member of Screen Actors Guild, or yes, I'm a member of Actors Equity Association. What it means to me is that this is my profession. This is what I do. And I've earned the right to be literally a card-carrying union actor.
Very good. And we'll have more with Martin Thompson coming right up. We're back with Martin Thompson. Martin, the business side of acting is a full-time job in itself. There's websites, emails, your unions. Tell us about keeping up with all this.
Yeah. 90% of an actor's job is trying to find the next job. We spend so little of our time actually working that our real job is trying to find the work, which includes auditioning, it includes sending out pictures and resumes, it includes having a website and keeping in contact with casting directors, keeping in contact with your agent. It's a full-time marketing career, which is something they didn't teach me in drama school. They taught me how to act, but they didn't teach me how to get a job as an actor. And it's something I've had to kind of teach myself over the years, and you really have to run yourself as a small business. You are marketing a product. The product is you. And so you spend a lot of time trying to find the right niche, which actors call their type. What is my type? What kinds of roles am I best suited for? What do I look like, etc. And then you market yourself as that type, as that person, as that product, essentially.
What is your advice to people considering this for a career?
If there's anything else you can do and love doing it, do that. Because
it's tough.
Yeah, it's a tough business.
A lot of rejection.
Hundreds of rejections. This is probably one of the most rejection-full careers that you could possibly go into. Most of your time will not be spent acting, unless you're one of the lucky few, one of what SAG calls the 100. Those are the people who work all the time. This is not a career for the faint-hearted, and it's not a career for the untrained.
Tell us now about Mandy and the Secret Tunnel. You shot that in North Carolina.
Right.
And you played?
I played Zach Hughes.
Tell us about Zach.
Zach is a ne'er-do-well soap salesman. The movie takes place in 1899 in North Carolina, actually, is where it's set. And Zach is kind of an opportunist, and he smells the opportunity to get some money out of Mandy, who is related to a very rich man, her uncle. And so he shows up at the mansion claiming to be a member of the family and trying to find a way to get some money out of this deal.
And we have a clip from the film Mandy and the Secret Tunnel. Here's Martin Thompson as Zach Hughes.
I expect you know who I am, so there's no need for introduction Quite the contrary, sir. I have no idea who you are.
Ah, well, who I am is who I'm going to be. And who I'm going to be is Amanda Shaw's father.
So you've come to claim your share of the inheritance.
Ah, see? I knew you knew who I was.
Very interesting. I'd like to see how that turns out.
Yeah, well, that was Dean Jones also in the scene with me. You may remember him from all those wonderful old Disney films. I grew up watching, you know, That Darn Cat and the Shaggy DA, and it was great to work with him.
What are some tips, final tips you can give to actors out there auditioning, and what's the best advice you can tell them?
After auditioning, let it go. You have to. Your job is over once you walk out of the auditioning room. Because after then, it's no longer in your control. You control what you do when you're auditioning. But after that, they may decide they want a blonde, or they want a redhead, or they want a woman instead of a man. You have no control over how those decisions are made, so you can't continue to beat yourself up over them.
So tell us what's coming up next for Martin.
Well, I've got a couple of irons in the fire here, some projects I'm looking at for the rest of the year, and I'm teaching acting classes as well. So I'm trying to stay busy and looking forward to new things coming along. And that's the interesting thing, you never know what's going to happen next. So.
Well, thank you for coming.
Sure,
All
my
right.
pleasure.
Thank you. And we'll have more coming up right after this. Thank you for watching. We want to hear from you, so shoot us an email, and we'll see you next time on Below the Line.
For more information, email us at belowtheline21@gmail.com.